I did see the movie. But I mean...
We're gonna give you a pop quiz.
We're gonna give you a pop quiz every minute of it. It's just
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh,
We're talking about you.
Blake Lively is officially falling apart, and not behind closed doors either. It's happening on camera, on carpets, in real time, and baby, the internet is eating it up with popcorn. Blake's tears are flowing, but let's be real, this isn't just backlash. This is Hollywood finally saying what they've whispered for years. The mask has slipped and nobody's rushing to fix her makeup. A-listers are dropping her like bad Botox. Old clips, those smug interviews and passive-aggressive moments, are resurfacing like cursed receipts.
He's my girlfriend.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you
You
so
should leave him.
It's not just public backlash, it's karma, baby. And the receipts are piling up faster than a Met Gala guest list.
Gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm gonna put it here because it doesn't go with my outfit, but I will wear it later. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm gonna put it on.
That now viral 2018 moment, Michael Kors' fashion show. Blake, front and center, laughing like she just cured world hunger. Meanwhile, poor Zendaya sat next to her blinking like she was sending Morse code. Get me out of here. Even Emily Blunt tried to play along, but Zendaya's face said it all. That wasn't a giggle, it was an SOS. And fans knew it too. They captioned the clip, "Zendaya's soul left the chat." And let's be honest, Zendaya tried to smooth things over later, but no one bought it. We've all made that face before, that "please don't make me pretend to like her" face. Blake wasn't just being bubbly, she was hijacking the whole vibe, and the world saw it.
Blake is super important because it represents our collective awakening, specifically to celebrities that we should not be idolizing. And they hate that.
So do you feel free now to try everything? I mean, what is the next
What does
5
that
years?
mean?
Well, in terms of trying, I mean, well,
You
yeah.
see the movie.
I did see the movie.
Then came Selena Gomez, queen of emotional lyrics and quiet cutoffs. In 2016, Selena said she wanted to be friends with Blake only because of her hair. Not her vibe, not her work, her hair. That's not a compliment. That's polite shade wrapped in Pantene sparkle.
How quickly do you...
Don't touch me.
By 2023, Taylor Swift threw a massive birthday bash. And guess who showed up? Blake. And guess who didn't? Selena. But Selena did drop a cryptic post with just a red heart and a crying emoji. Translation? I saw who you invited and I'm staying far, far away.
She seems like a bully. She was such a high-maintenance diva bully brat.
And let's not ignore the obvious. Despite being in the same inner circle for years, Blake and Selena have never been seen together. Not at the Met Gala, not at Taylor's infamous 4th of July parties, not even on New Year's. That's not random. That's Taylor Swift whispering behind the scenes, "Don't worry, Selena, you'll get the real invite."
Blake Lively completely exposes herself.
Because according to insiders, Selena and Blake serve very different purposes in Taylor's world. Selena, ride or die, honest, raw, vulnerable. Blake, glossy Pinterest quotes and fake activism energy. One wears her scars like armor. The other posts borrowed Angelina Jolie captions and calls it a cause. And speaking of Angelina...
Angelina, to your right.
Angelina, to your left side. Angelina.
Let's pause for the mic drop heard round the world. Angelina Jolie, classy, untouchable, and apparently done with the Blake charade. At the 2025 Time Summit, Angelina calmly uttered one line that vaporized Blake's entire PR existence.
Well, as conditions are, the refugees here count themselves as the lucky ones.
There's a difference between telling a story and stealing someone else's voice. Boom. She didn't need to name names. Everyone knew who she meant. Blake's PR team reportedly screamed into their reusable mugs that day.
It's honestly comedy at this point. I don't even think I'm offended anymore by anything that this degenerate does.
Because let's not forget that pastel-drenched homebound campaign Blake launched. All soft lighting and whispers, as if she was the next Mother Teresa. Turns out, it was a ripoff. Straight up copy-paste from Angelina's 2019 UNHCR campaign. Same words, same layout, same communities. Blake even used the exact same village Angelina had supported for 6 years and acted like she just discovered empathy. UN, not amused. A spokesperson actually emailed Blake's team with the diplomatic equivalent of, "Cut the crap before we embarrass you on CNN." And what did Blake do? The classic guilty panic. Site under maintenance, post deleted, campaign wiped. But sis, this is the internet. Screenshots never die.
And being fully castrated by a woman who is using toxic feminism to get what she wants.
Fashion blogs dropped her like a knockoff Birkin. Advocacy panels withdrew invites. Florence Pugh and Charlize Theron hit that unfollow button so fast it could have set a world record. Why? Because Blake thought she could pose in Magnolia Pearl jeans and talk about healing, while Angelina was literally walking through war zones.
I really loved those patchwork like jeans that Magnolia Pearl. Oh, yeah. Those are Magnolia.
And those jeans? Baby, don't get us started. Plantation core patchwork pants from a brand that literally launched a slavery-inspired fashion line. Blake called them her real-life jeans. Whose life exactly? Because no one in 2025 is looking at those trousers thinking, iconic civil rights statement.
They decided to get married at the Boone Plantation in South Carolina. That's where they got married. There's no slaves in that plantation right now, but you know, it was all about history, the braids. Were there ever slaves here? Did bad stuff happen here? How dare you get married?
Now let's talk Gossip Girl. Because behind the scenes, that wasn't Serena van der Woodsen. That was full-on Regina George. Word on the set was that Blake made Leighton Meester's life a living hell.
An article recently saying that Leighton and I were frenemies. And it's
frenemies. Is that the new term, frenemies?
Yeah, we're friends, but we're also enemies. And it's really strange because they always want to pit women against each other. You don't hear about like Penn and Chase hating each other and being jealous and competitive.
Blake cut Leighton off in interviews, answered questions that weren't hers, and acted like the show's wardrobe was her personal closet. One infamous moment, Blake smirked and said, "This was on the return rack. I think it was hers." Oof. Translation: she's broke, I'm fabulous. And Leighton? She gave that hollow, dead-eyed laugh women give when they're spiritually packing their bags. Crew members called it a power imbalance. Leighton, who came from nothing and fought for every ounce of success, was constantly overshadowed by Blake's nepotism glitter. One tech guy said it felt like being trapped between Regina George and hostage-level fashion drama. It wasn't co-starring, it was surviving. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, enter Scarlett Johansson. Blake Lively wasn't just messy. She was marriage-wrecking messy. In 2010, Ryan Reynolds was still married to Scarlett. Blake was dating Penn Badgley. Everything looked fine on paper, until the Green Lantern press tour became the hottest cheating rumor of the year. Scarlett skipped the premiere. Penn, nowhere in sight, but Blake and Ryan, smiling, glowing, red carpet royalty. And it screamed, "We're doing something shady and proud of it." Set insiders confirmed it. Blake and Ryan would disappear from set for hours. No coffee runs, no meetings, just sneaky hotel escapes. One waitress even called a radio station to say she served them during one of their off-the-clock rendezvous. Messi doesn't even begin to cover it. 3 months later, Ryan and Scarlett split. He swore he never cheated, just clicked with Blake while filming. Oh really? Because the Green Lantern crew was saying otherwise. And if that wasn't shady enough, Ryan tried to spin it as a natural friendship. Please. That's like saying you and your ex's new partner just share good vibes. Scarlett didn't name names, but when she said actors get jealous when their partner's career skyrockets, that was no random thought. That was a dagger dipped in red carpet glitter. Scarlett had just dominated in Iron Man 2, $624 million worldwide. Meanwhile, Ryan was fresh off the Green Lantern flop. He watched his superhero dreams crumble while Scarlett soared. So what did he do? Fled to Blake. And Blake? She played the long game all the way to marriage and Met Gala appearances. Fast forward to 2025, Blake's still spinning her narrative, still forcing smiles, still trying to charm the crowd, but the crowd not buying it anymore. Enter Anna Kendrick, queen of deadpan, goddess of subtle shade. At the Another Simple Favor premiere, a reporter asked, "What's it like working with Blake again?" And Anna hit her with the coldest clapback ever. "Oh, you know, that's it." That's the quote.
However, Scarlett Johansson did take a stab against Ryan Reynolds, where she didn't call him out by name, but she said dating actors is difficult because sometimes careers advance faster than others and they get jealous.
No smile, no giggle, no compliment, just dead air and a body language expert's dream. The clip went viral instantly. Even Henry Golding jumped in with, "What could go wrong? Sir, we felt that shade." And while Blake posed inside, trying to fake her way through fan selfies, people were outside, protesting. Signs, t-shirts, posters, all screaming Blake lied and justice for Justin Baldoni. Yes, people created actual protest merch against this woman. Imagine being so disliked, strangers show up dressed to drag you. Meanwhile, the media couldn't even spin this mess. Variety, dead silent. Daily Mail, couldn't sugarcoat it. This wasn't a premiere. It was a public relations funeral. And the worst part? Blake tried to play it cool, tried to autograph a photo of her stunt double from Deadpool. Yes, really. Desperate much? Signing another woman's performance like it's your moment? That's not redemption. It's delusion in a designer dress. Let's talk Justin Baldoni. Because when Blake filed that now infamous lawsuit, she thought she'd come out the hero, a modern-day crusader, a voice for the voiceless. Except, the whole thing was built on lies. Turns out, Blake created a shell company, Van Sand Inc., just to subpoena Justin's private messages. Then she allegedly leaked them to the media. That's not advocacy, that's weaponized PR warfare. Now, the court is threatening to toss the whole case. Abuse of process. If that happens, everything she gathered, gone. No texts, no evidence, no gotcha moment. Just a broken narrative and a giant stain on her career. And it gets worse. Blake and Ryan allegedly inserted a character named Nice Pool into Deadpool 3, a petty cartoon mockery of Justin Baldoni, in a Marvel film. That's not shade. That's full-on narcissism, dressed in red spandex. And when everything started collapsing, Blake pulled the emergency PR cord. She hired Nick Shapiro. Yes, the ex-CIA fixer turned Hollywood reputation savior. His job? Scrub Blake's mess. But even he couldn't salvage the wreckage. Co-stars refused interviews. Brands ghosted her. Directors went mute. And Ryan Reynolds, the king of Twitter humor, went silent. No jokes. No, my wife is my sunshine posts. Just blank space. Blake was tanking the Deadpool franchise, and Ryan was pretending he didn't notice. So where's Blake now? Still smiling on red carpets, still pretending nothing's wrong, still signing photos of her stunt double, but the world sees through it now. Every deleted campaign, every ghosted friend, every forced quote, it all fell apart. Even Taylor Swift, the ultimate mastermind of female PR dynamics, made sure Blake and Selena never appeared at the same event. That wasn't coincidence. That was strategy. Divide and exclude. One party for real friends, one Met Gala table for pastel liabilities. Florence Pugh unfollowed quietly, Charlize Theron too. Emma Watson vanished from her follower list like she saw one more fake activist post and said, nope. And Natalie Portman, she posted, legacy is what remains. No names, no tags, just quiet class, and a career-long unfollow. Because in Hollywood, when they stop engaging, stop defending, and stop pretending, that's not just a cancellation, that's exile. And Blake Lively? She's not trending, she's not being called out, she's just being ignored. And honestly, that's the biggest L of all. Subscribe for more brutal takedowns and celeb truth bombs they wish would stay buried.